Welcome back. I made a few modifications to the extended range Wardriver, and I solved some issues that I had with the previous one. So it has the same measurements because it's the same box. Nothing else was modified except that I moved a few screws. So here we have only 4 small screws, and here the remaining screws were glued with hot glue because they were kind of pointy, and everything was like scratched by the screws. So let's see the inside. If you don't remember how it was in the first place, I'll bring up an image on the screen with the previous version, but you can also view the first video of this project, and I will put also a link to it on the screen. So without further ado, this is how it looks now. And what have changed? Firstly, I removed the cables between the wardriver and the amplifiers. These were the cables that I've used. The thing is, since the box opens and closes when I need to charge the batteries or something like that, it's just losing the connections. Maybe the cables were pinched or something, but so I had to move them every time to get the connections. There were multiple times where I started wardrive and I didn't have anything because the amplifiers didn't get the signal from the wardriver, so it's basically like wardriving without any antennas. Okay, so I got rid of the cables by using these connectors, which are directly from the antennas, from the wardriver and to the amplifiers. The second thing, which is I think the most important one, or the second important one after the cables, was changing the wardriver case. Since we have the BW16 on it for the 5Gs, it got less space for the previous case, so everything was like very tidy inside. It had a lot of heat, and also I think some pins, some cables were touching each other, so that's why I had some issues. The second thing was that this USB cable that provides current from this, or this is the third thing actually, so which provides current from this power bank to the wardriver by switching this switch. I think it has some unstable connection. I don't know, it basically just loses current on the way, so that's why I switched to a regular USB, and I'm just plugged it in before starting to wardrive. So this is not actually, this switch is not actually doing anything at this moment, but at least I know that everything is working and I can start my drive without thinking of it. These 2 switches are still functional for the amplifiers. The batteries will be taken off when I want to recharge them, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But also I wanted to talk about unexpected error 9, which I had a lot of them. So unexpected error 9 can be from multiple sources, let's say. As I spoke with Joseph, this error means that something is wrong related to the hardware. So it's not a software issue, it's just a hardware issue. So the first one, so we have 3 cases as I experienced them. The first one, let's say it's a bad USB cable. This is how I learned the hard way that maybe this cable, it loosened up or something like that, and it's not, I mean, it's providing current, from the power bank, so the switch is still working, but sometimes it throws the unexpected error 9, and that's because I think maybe for a fraction of a second it loses the current, or it doesn't provide enough current, and that's why it's like just resetting all the time. Every time it's starting, it's just resetting with the unexpected error 9. The second reason for unexpected error 9 was not providing enough current. As you can see, this specific power bank, I don't know if you can see, but basically has two USB A's. One is for 1 amp and the other is for 2 amps. And since now we have also the BW16 for 5Gs, 1 amp is not enough to provide sufficient current for the wardriver, so switching to 2 amps solved the issue. And the last one, which is basically I think the most annoying one, was the cables touching each other. So let me just unplug everything. It's a little bit tricky because the holes here are not very straight. That's why you see that one amplifier is kind of towards that way. But I didn't spend any more time to redo the holes. This is the, let's say, new version of the wardriver. It's basically the same thing, it just has more room. I didn't even put the screws on. It has 4 holes for the screws, but the testing phase is not finished, so that's why I just put some tape on that just to hold it in place. So this was the main reason, let's say, for the unexpected error 9, but also that micro USB can be the problem, and also the fact that it's not providing enough current, so I wanted to eliminate all of them. So as you can see, I put some tape on the back of the BW16 module, just not to touch anything. Okay, not to touch anything on the back, maybe the other module, and I broke up the antenna on the other module, but this, it's not related to the issue. And also, as you can see here, I put some hot glue in there, and also on the other side. And the reason why is that since I'm using some cables, sometimes the cables inside, so the wires can be a little bit spread. So if this happens and you don't cut the wires close enough, they will spread and they might touch the pin near them. So this happened to me, and also I put some hot glue there just to be sure it's not wobbly and disconnect or broke in the middle of the ward driving session. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it with the updates. Let me try and put it all back together. I think it's time to put some screws on the case. I'm not sure if I need any more testing. There. I did 3 sessions until now without any more errors, so it should be okay by now. I think I will keep it like this maybe 1 more week. And I was also thinking that maybe I can use it as a portable one when I'm not driving. Can you hear this? I need to do something about the 5G module. But oh well, until then it works this way. So we just need to screw them back. And the other way, of course. Come on. So these are all the changes that I've made. Now it's stable. I will do some more testing, as I said, maybe this week, and then I will try to finalize it, but it works. For the moment, I will need to remove this entire cable. I'm not sure if I will use it. I am thinking of building another case, but that's a different story. Let me check if I have another power bank, because this one is empty right now. Yeah. I should have another one, which is, I don't think it's fully charged, but at least it should have some current. Let's see this one. I think it's enough. So as you can see, this is 2 amps, 1 amp. This is just a holder, and inside it has 3 batteries, 380 and 650 in it, and it was super cheap, like, I don't know, $2 or something like that, from AliExpress, of course. So let me plug this in, push the button, and it's the wrong one. It's the wrong cable. So this is the cable from the Wardriver. Okay, so it just started. The screen is upside down. I will modify this part also when I will finish the project. These switches are still usable, so let's power on the amplifiers, and let's wait for just a second until it will boot and connect to the network. So as you can see, everything works. Both green LEDs are flashing. We don't have a GPS signal, but this is because we are indoor. Let me turn it off and turn it on again, and I will be right back. Okay, now we have the also GPS signal, and both green LEDs are working on the amplifiers, and we are getting 14, 17 and 6.5G, so it's working as expected. Another change that I did, I moved the battery packs for the amplifiers from this spot to this one, because the amplifiers also are heating up while working. It's not something insane, but I just want to be sure that it's not a lot of heat near the batteries, because let's say I will have sessions of 2 or 3 hours of driving, and I can't check the batteries or the temperature inside the box every time, every minute, or not at least every hour. So yeah, I think this was a good change. Also the wardriving, it's heating up. I should make some holes in the box, but now since it's winter, the box is staying in the trunk, so I think it's pretty okay. Let's see, maybe until next summer or spring I will build a new case. This is the plan. This was the main point of this video, was explaining how you can get rid of that unexpected error 9, and the second point was to explain why I did the changes and why it looks like this now, and the problem with the cables that I was using before. Until now, this cable for the GPS is working, I didn't had any issues with it because it remains in the same place even when I will close the box, close the lid of the box. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you are not yet a subscriber, and see you in the next video. Cheers.